Hi guys, it's John from Me Do It Myself channel. I want to thank first of all my new subscribers. I really didn't think anyone would watch my videos in the first place, but thanks for watching them and all your comments and stuff, man. You guys are great. I never thought total strangers would help out someone uh, as much as you guys do. Want to say thanks to VW Darren for the answer to my one question. Uh, it was about this air compressor here. Every time I use my DA, I'm getting a ton of water, and I even put two filters and a desiccant dryer on it. I know these probably aren't the top quality brand name or something, but I thought they would do. So I don't know, I think I spent like 140 on the combo here and then another 40 for that, and still lots of water. Anyways, I gotta get this done either way. I'm gonna just finish up today with the sandblasting in these crevices where you can see a little bit of surface rust. I'm probably gonna have to hit the whole thing once over with sandpaper to make sure, because from sitting out in this humidity and stuff, it's starting to rust again, which is just, I just haven't had enough time to do it all at one shot. Let's see. Disciples Corner, you were asking about my motorcycle. Yeah, it is a CBR. It's a 2003 CBR 954. I enjoy riding this one. See, I put the Kuryakyn grips on it. The frame sliders, and put these little LED things on for the license plate. When I bought it, which was only probably a year and a half ago, it already had the Two Brothers Racing exhaust on it. And see, I put the spindles, the spools on it so I could lift it with a bike lift. I had to get a new tire, and it already had a new tire on the front. Of course, the battery was shot. Had to buy a new battery, but man, this thing zips up and down the road. It's real easy to get away from you, but I just try to keep in mind my family. I got two little girls and a wife that I want to take care of, and can't go kill myself. And here is what I'm going to call the junk pile. This is just going to be the name of my garage, because it's always a mess. Then I have my 2008 VTX 1300. Put some Canyon Shogun exhaust on it. Put the extenders for my wife's foot pegs so her feet aren't up in, or that her knees aren't up in her chest. Put these forward controls from Supreme Legends, I think it was called. That get your feet out in front of you more so you're not so cramped up on long rides. Again, I put Kuryakyn grips on this, and then a Mustang seat and nice big backrest for my wife. And I also have the hard saddle bags with the quick disconnects or quick release, so I don't have to keep them on there all the time. And yeah, last year we went to Carlisle, to the Bike Fest, Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and we had a really good time. It was really extremely hot. It was around 100. I mean, you guys in Florida and stuff like that probably are like, well, it's 100 here every day. But anyways, we drove up there from, we live in Western Maryland. I'd just say close to Cumberland, Maryland. And it was, I'm trying to think, I think it's about an hour and a half ride. But anyways, we had to stop several times because we quit sweating. We couldn't, so we were getting dehydrated, so we stopped and got Gatorade and tried to cool off in some of the convenience stores or whatever. But we did have a good time. And then my in-laws, they live up in close to Hershey, Pennsylvania. So since we were so close, we went up and spent the night there, and then came home the next day. But my wife, she has an issue with her tailbone where she was playing with the kids one day and slid down the stairs like they do on their butt, and she must have damaged her tailbone somehow, and she just was dreading the ride home because it really gets to her. And so that's the other reason we spent the night there. Let's see. The truck. I got this truck off my in-laws. They live closer to us, not the ones up in close to Hershey. But it just had the plain pie pan hubcaps on it. It's just the basic work truck probably, and all 4 tires were dry rotted because it sat for like 8 years under. They had like a little carport, so it didn't get all the weather, but it's still kind of, it got enough where it started rusting. I mean, it is an 89, so what do you expect? Looks like right now though, I ran out of money. I had to pay Wally World. Me and my wife got a card from them around Christmas time where it had 0% interest for 6 months, and I thought I'd get more paid on it throughout each month, but things came up, you know how it is. And so I didn't have to pay a bunch of interest. I went ahead and took a big chunk of cash to pay that off out of my truck fund, which I had a 98 Sunfire GT that I sold probably too cheap, but I was doing it for a friend. And anyways, I was using that money to fix this truck up. Luckily, I don't live far from work, so I can take the vehicle my wife drives there, and usually I try to take the bike if it's not bad weather, but lately it's been raining like almost every day, and so I have to take that. But if it's nice at lunchtime, I'll run home and bring her the car and take my bike back to work. But in my garage here are the inner fenders. I just took them down to raw metal, primed them, and then I used black Rust-Oleum paint to paint them. They turned out pretty decent. I mean, they're getting a lot of dust on them now. I live on a dirt road, so as soon as someone drives by, everything's dusty. I did knock this one over. Where is it? Yeah, right here I knocked this one over, and of course the paint was pretty fresh and took it down to bare metal, so I'm gonna have to repair that. As far as getting a new compressor, I really want to get one. Thanks for the suggestions there, VW Darren, for the toilet paper filter. That's probably what I'll have to use for now. And if I do get a new compressor, I'm gonna have to find a way to run 220. I have a pretty old garage, and it has a fuse box with 230 amp fuses in it, and I won't get my wife, but she's right here. She don't want to be shot, so anyways, I talked to my neighbor and he said probably the best thing to do is just get a 100 amp breaker box and put it in here and just run what I have into it now, and whenever I decide to run the air compressor, just shut all the other breakers off so I'm not running too much amperage through it and end up burning the place down or something. Also, in my house I got a 70 amp breaker box, which is way too small. We can't even run a decent size air conditioner in there. We bought one a couple years back at Home Depot, thought we were doing good, plugged it in, and you could smell burning electric, and ended up replacing that line from the breaker box to the outlet and replaced the outlet too, but I just ain't taking a chance, so we're not using that one until we upgrade our electric system in the house. So I gotta come up with a pretty good bit of money to, I can probably do most of it myself, and I have an electrician friend that said they'd help. It's just I gotta come up with the money. Maybe instead of replacing my windows in the house, maybe I should have done the electric first. But wintertime it gets pretty darn cold in here, and I thought I was doing good by that, which I probably was. I mean, we got a pretty good deal on the windows, and the best part was I didn't have to do it. I mean, I don't mind doing stuff like that, but I'd rather work on a car any day. I'd rather just work some overtime. Of course, that was just tax refund money that we had that we put into the windows. And I was hoping that money would go a little further than it did, but you know how it is. Everybody's got their hand out wanting you to pay them, so that's what happened. Also, in my garage, back in the even bigger junk pile, I have two fenders for the front of the truck because the old ones were pretty rusty. I'll give you a shot of those real quick. Yeah, I mean, could have just ground them down probably and puttied them in, but I just thought that was a waste of time whenever I could just replace them probably just as cheap as the filler had in there. I don't know, but I mean, it didn't rust all the way through here, but it's pretty darn close, I think. Maybe not, I don't know, but yeah, I should probably send Pisser a envelope of rust. And by the way, my kids just love the Chuchosaurus at the beginning of your videos, Pisser. It's funny. They always want me to keep replaying that. It just makes me laugh every time. But I don't know. All over the place with this video, just trying to tell you a little bit of my story, and thanks again everybody that subscribed, and it's great to just hear from a total stranger that, you know, they actually care. And I guess I'm going to try to finish getting this course sport done today, at least totally sanded and primed. I figured since it is raw metal, and I think I saw it in a lot of Pisser's videos and probably VW Darren's videos, they said, oh, wrong can, this guide coach when I get to the bodywork. Well, where is that bag? Yeah, this is the junk pile. Okay, it's probably in here. Well, dang it. Where did it go? Ah, here it is. Bags everywhere of stuff that I should be using. I got this at our local surplus city. They seem to have some decent products there, but anyways, this is the 1K self-etching primer gray. I figured I should probably use that on bare metal. So everything I use that I DA and down to bare metal, I'm going to use that on it. Never heard of the brand name. Hopefully it's a good one. You probably can't even see it on the video. Proform 1K self-etching. I got that, and then let's see. Oh, something Pisser uses all the time, and they have this at Surplus City too. It's the icing that Pisser uses, and the price that he said on there, I think he said around $30. Well, this is almost $10 cheaper. I don't know why. I hope it's not real old and unusable or something, but I mean it still feels really soft and everything. And if you could, VW Darren, I don't know if I actually have to go with anything more than this on some of the surface rust here. Maybe you could comment on that if you have a chance, or if you watch this video. I figured, you're not going to need much for that type of rust. It's not all the way through, it's just surface rust. Obviously with the patch panel that I'm going to do on the cab corner, it's going to have to take some, I figured I'd try to get, like Pisser calls it, door glass, but I got the whole metal panel here that I'm going to cut out and replace, and I figured I'll tack it all the way around and then do a straight bead all the way around, and grind it down with my angle grinder. And I don't know, I'll probably have to put a little bit of something on there, but you guys just give me your input. There's some more rust, and really this stuff came from the bed liner it was in. This bed, if it was hosed out and everything, it looks like brand new. It's awesome. I got a pretty good deal on this truck, and this back bumper, wow, it's really rusted, but I'm just gonna hit it with the sandblaster and then prime and paint it. It's just a beautiful day out. I need to get my button gear. I don't know, get a little depressed sometimes about the things that's going on, but we'll get through them. But thanks again, guys, for watching my video. I'll talk to you guys later.